Hello, Honest Kath here. Just wanted to share with you some of my experiences with my houseplants and indoor gardening, just gardening in general, but this particular video is about semi-hydroponic, which is basically growing your plants in water, not soil. But you can't just use that for a lot of plants. You have to have a medium, which is basically something for them to grow into. So if you had a fern just in water, it wouldn't do well. It'd just rot, as a lot of them would rot if you don't know what you're doing. Which is why I hope I'm going to be able to be of use to you. This is the UK. We have UK shops. We don't have Lowe's and Walmart and any other shops that they have in America and Australia, which is largely where Leca is used. We're just getting on board with it. We're late to the party, the UK, with a lot of things. Leca is one of them. So what is it? What is Leca? Basically, it's clay balls. This is Leca. That's wet Leca. That's dry Leca. When it's wet, it will make dry Leca wet as well. It's a wick. It has a, what do they call it? Capillary action. Which basically means that if it's wet down here, eventually it will spread up to the top. The top can dry out, but the bottom will still be wet as long as you've got some sort of water content to wick through. This is a self-watering pot that I've got, which I've got Leca in instead of soil, and it seems to be working quite well. This is a snake plant, which is one of the easiest plants that you can keep, really, and that's doing all right. But I'm trying not to put too much water there because they don't like a lot of water. And I don't think I'd use Leca for cactus because, well, obviously cactus are cactus, aren't they? But the reason I've switched a few of mine, not all of them, I'm not, honestly, I haven't got them all over. I'd love to, but I dare with me yucca plant, I don't want to rot his trunk, bless him. Anyway, the reason I want to change is because of fungus gnats and dirty fingernails. No one likes dirty fingernails. So, yeah, fungus gnats. Because of banned peat in the UK, the stuff that they're selling is absolute crap, and it seems to make the fungus gnats worse. I don't know why. What they're putting in it instead, I've no idea, but fungus gnats love it. If anyone doesn't know what a fungus gnat is, they're basically little black flies that make a nuisance of themselves. They don't harm the plants at all, but they're a bloody nuisance. So I'd rather do without them. I am trying to get all my plants in semi-hydro, which means basically something for them to anchor their roots into, but also feeding from the bottom with water and plant food. This is plant food available in the UK. There are other brands on the market, but for this video, as I say, it's only UK. I'm not interested in other groups that are American or Australian, because we're not able to get those things unless we want to pay an absolute fortune on shipping, and to be honest, I'm not that anal about it. So, what is Leca? It is lightweight expanded clay aggregate. Okay. Yeah, it's just balls. Just balls. So it basically wicks up moisture from underneath, either with a wick, or there is another way, which is this one. Oh. This is a submerged setting rather than a wick, because the peace lily can tolerate this and she likes it. She likes to be wet, but she also can be dry in soil, So don't get me wrong. She's a bit of a diva, this one. Okay. So that is totally submerged in the water. There's about an inch of water in the bottom of this pot. When you just remember, when you put the plant in there, the water displacement will make that level higher, but it doesn't want to be up to half covering half the pot on the inside. It doesn't want to be that high up because it can cause root rot, and that's the main thing that you've got to be aware of, really. So there's several ways to introduce your plants into the world of water. One of those ways is you could take cuttings of what you've already got, or divide what you've already got, so that at least you're familiar with what can happen with the way that the roots are growing down. Excuse me. Is it easier just to change from soil to the water, to the leca? It might be. It depends on the plant. It depends on the plant. It depends on the light. It depends on the weather. Don't do it in winter because you're going to lose plants. When you can lose them in soil in the winter, so don't even go there. Don't upset yourself. But I'm going to be doing quite a few videos. Now I've got a funky camera, so I will be doing lots of different things. I was going to do this one today, but I got impatient and I did it because my camera was flat. That is a banana plant that I grew from seed last year, and I didn't really know what to do with it, to be honest, so I just thought, I'll just try it in leca, see what happens. So I took the plant out of the soil, shook all the soil off, washed it with the hose pipe, and exposed all the roots, and then I soaked it in water. I thought, now it's got 2 chances on it, can do or die. It didn't die, so it created its own white water roots. So you could see what the old roots looked like, but roots were growing off the roots inside. And it's a bit weird actually how it works. Some roots rotted off, but that's quite normal. So they just rotted off, and I pulled them away and chucked them out, changed the water. Probably about 3 weeks it was in there for. It's doing all right. The new leaf that's come out is nice and healthy. So yeah, he's all right. So hopefully he'll be all right. So I'll keep looking after him, make sure he's all right. Now, leca. When you buy it, it will be dusty as hell. So I have a tip for you. Pour it into a washing basket like this one. They have all sorts of like this at B&M or Home Bargain, whatever. Just pour it all in there, get the hose pipe, wash it off. Job's a good one. Wait till the water runs clear and you can use your leca. But keep in mind, you need to soak it for 24 hours. And after that, if you can keep it in like an old dustbin or a bucket with a lid on and keep it in some nutrient solution, this stuff, plant food, you keep it soaking in that, you can't go wrong. And then when you come to use it, then it's ready. You don't need to wait a day for it to soak again to make sure that it's absorbed the water, otherwise it won't be able to wick very well if it's dry, and also if you don't wash it, it can't wick. So make sure you wash it thoroughly before you use it, or you're stuffed and you'll think, oh, my plants died when I put them in leca. No, it died because you didn't wash the leca and you didn't soak the leca first. So just keep in mind all these little things that matter. What else can I tell you? Just keep looking out for my videos. subscribe to the channel. The more that I've got subscribed, the more videos I'll do, because I ain't going to waste my time, am I? I do tell it as it is, so, you know, you might get a few swear words here and there, but it's with the best intentions, believe me.